It's Super Bowl Sunday, February 8th, 2026, and I'm here with your weather update video for today and for the next few days. So let's jump straight into the weather forecast for the United States, as there's a possibility that we're going to have some pretty crazy weather coming up. So let's jump straight to the weather forecast because I just want to get this thing done so that you guys can get your information in. Let's start it. So the first thing I do want to start off is with what's going on right now, the current weather. That's what I'll talk about first. So let's turn on these current warnings. So right off the bat, we are expecting some, fire risks out here. There's going to be some pretty strong winds. There's going to be like just straight up big chances for a possible wildfire over here. Okay, so that's another thing. Just be aware and don't start a wildfire if you're in this area on accident or on purpose. Red flag warnings means that critical fire weather conditions are either occurring now or will shortly. A combination of strong winds, low relative humidity, and warm temperature can contribute to extreme fire behavior. So that's if you live in this red area, but also probably would do the same thing if you're in these brown areas in this area. Check out your National Weather Service to see if this warning is still in effect, but expires tomorrow as of right now. So the next thing I want to talk about, we have a line of snow over here. This does not seem like it's going to reduce any visibility. Just be aware a little bit, though. It could at one point. This is going to continue moving east, as you can see. It's going to be snowing in some of these areas for not long at all, actually. But you can see on these radars, it shows it as well. It's just going to be some snow. It's going to continue moving east. I guess it does kind of pose a concern to Columbus in some of these areas, though. If it could drop visibility. So I can see these darker bands of snow as it moves east towards Columbus. Is this even moving east? Yeah, it looks like it's just staying there, kind of. But if it did move east, that would pose a concern to some of these areas. Anyways, we could see some snow out of this, but just be aware for some more heavier bands of snow if you live in any of these areas. So that's what's going on with whatever's going on over there. I don't think we'll see too much snow totals out of this thing. Let's check that out. Kind of curious on how much snow we could get out of this. So let's see. We should, probably less than an inch of snow out of this. In localized areas, probably like an inch. So that's what's going on with that thing. A few rain showers are expected today down here in these areas. Near Texas, a few rain showers are likely somewhere in some of these areas. Maybe not Dallas, maybe. Also, atmospheric river up here, expecting some rain. So let's get straight into the Super Bowl. Okay, we gotta talk about the Super Bowl and what's the weather gonna be like for the Super Bowl, no matter where you live. So first, let's talk about the temperatures. Okay, let's talk about the temperatures. How cold will it be during the Super Bowl? Well, if you're over here in the West Coast, it should be pretty warm for you guys. Yeah, it'd be pretty above average. It might feel a little bit chilly every once in a while, maybe because of a little bit of wind gusts. But anyways, I think it'll be fine. So you guys may see a few raindrops if you live over there. But if you're watching the Super Bowl over here, in more of the eastern half of the United States, like Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. Those are the hot spots for how cold it will be. It mainly be really cold in here, but pretty much the whole eastern half of the United States will be having a cold Super Bowl Sunday. But the western half will be seeing some above average temperatures, so that's pretty cool. But these temperatures are eventually going to clash with each other. And it's just very, guys, look, doesn't this look kind of uneven? I mean, there's one side of cold, one side of warmth. And that warmth actually starts coming in, okay? That warmth is going to start coming in. And look, we're expecting above average temperatures starting tomorrow on Monday, okay? You'll start feeling the warmth on Monday into Tuesday, okay? It will come in, okay? So, yeah, we'll see some warmth, and this can actually lead to some severe weather potential. But you can see that we're still gonna have some cold temperatures try to come around here every once in a while, but it'll feel like April or something. If you're up here in the Northern Plains, it'll be actually pretty warm, especially for Super Bowl Sunday. It'll be pretty warm up too today, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, we're expecting above average temperatures for some of you guys, but occasional cold air over here. So anything after February 13th is pretty uncertain. So pretty much just a little bit before that. If you check out the precipitation type radar, let's check that out up next. Like, will we be getting any snow today on Super Bowl Sunday, or maybe in the future? Well, we could. So let's check that out. Here we are. This is the GFS radar. Like I said, there could be a few rain up here in the Pacific Northwest, and a little bit of raindrops over here in California, where the Super Bowl game is. So yeah, it's gonna be. There's chances that we're gonna have some rain showers down here. It's gonna be cold up here. Maybe a few snow showers over here like there is right now. That won't last for too long, but you see right here. And then we're going to have some rain up here. So that's pretty much going on. But the 2026 Super Bowl at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California on February 8th, 2026 features a mild, partly cloudy, and mostly dry forecast with kickoff temperatures in the mid-60s, dropping to the low 50s by the end of the game. Winds will be light, 5 to 10 miles per hour, and a 10% chance of precipitation exists. So, while earlier forecasts suggested potential rain, the current outlook is mostly dry with increasing cloud cover throughout the game. Temperatures will peak around 65 degrees to 67 degrees, 67, before cooling to the 50s. So the Seattle Seahawks are playing the New England Patriots. So comment down below who you want to win. All right. So, I do want to talk about the severe weather potential now that we talked about Super Bowl Sunday. Let's talk about the severe weather potential in the future. So, let's do it right now. Okay, here we are back on the GFS. And we're going to fast forward it all the way up to the potential for severe weather. So, we don't have to worry about any severe weather for the next few days. As we get closer to Valentine's Day, I would suggest there would be a small severe weather chance in somewhere within this area around February 11th, but I don't think that's going to be a big concern, and there's low chance I will see any severe weather on February 11th. But just that's a little bit on the table. Mainly, you could see some snow in some of these areas on February 13th. Okay, and then this is when there's going to be a small little severe weather chance. This is going to be for February 14th on Valentine's Day. The risk from earlier was mainly a little bit more west, but now it's kind of merging a little bit more east for the severe weather risk. But I think on Valentine's Day we'll see possibly some severe weather and possibly even a spin-up tornado. Mainly in this area, you need to be concerned for that, okay? Mainly in this area. So if you live in this red circle on February 14th, be aware for potential severe weather on Valentine's Day. And then eventually that line will move this way. Again, this could change. This could go a little bit more west. This could go a little bit more east. But who knows? But the top in the north part of the storm will have snow. In the south part, we might have severe weather. So that's what's going on with that. So then that could go up here, and it might get related to a nor'easter, but I don't know if it will be a one. So just be watching out for that. Could have a little bit of a snowstorm, rainstorm, merge into the northeast on 18th of February. That's unlikely because it's far into the future. And then there's another severe weather chance for February 20th if you live in this area, okay? And then up here will probably be some snow. So that's another risk for severe weather. Severe weather down here, and then snow up there. So that's for February 20th, and then that could move out. So, yeah, there's going to be some repeated chances for some severe weather as we go into mid to late April. And then on mid to late February, sorry. And then as we get into February 24th, was I saying April this whole time? Hopefully I wasn't. And then as we get into February 24th, we could have some rain down here, but that's pretty far into the future. We cannot confirm that. All right. Now that we talked about that, there's going to be a few wind gusts today in some places. As you can see, we're going to expect maybe a few wind gusts out here. Not too crazy, though, and a few wind gusts out there in California. Otherwise, there'll be light wind gusts. Mainly, a lot of the wind gusts will be up here, though. That's going to be the main concern for wind gusts, okay? But, yeah. Another thing I did want to talk about, so if we fast forward the wind gusts even more, there's going to be a chance that we can see some pretty big wind gusts over here on the 14th of February as well. Alright. Humidity will probably be, not that crazy down there in where the game is. So that's pretty good. But anyways, guys, that's all the weather talk I have for you today. And thank you guys for watching Electric Tornado Weather Forecast. And be aware for AI slop weather videos. If you see any AI videos out there that look AI, if you see something wrong with teeth, or if you see something mispronounced city names, if you see something wrong with the map, it is a fake AI weather video, so do not watch those, okay? So, I do recommend if you would like to, watch weather videos, I do recommend to watch Ride Haul Y'all, me, or Max Velocity on YouTube, so you can search them up, they're great. Or NATO Aaron, and stuff like that. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next weather update video. Stay safe and stay tuned for another weather update video. I'll probably release another one tomorrow. And bye.